Welcome back to the business of becoming. We definitely missed our exit. I am doing this show today and this episode because I am going to give you guys a life update. And my life update is that I moved. And it was a huge decision that I had to make. Honestly, I really wanted to talk about it because I don't really, this is my daughter's. She wanted me to squish it. I don't need the mic anymore. Thank you, Heidi. I obviously share most of my personal life with you guys, and I share a lot of things that are happening in real time or things that have happened in my life that have marked me or really helped me grow as a person because, again, we're in the business of becoming better individuals. So why do I specifically want to target this? Because this was not just a home. This was my dream home. 5 years ago, if you would have asked me, what I was doing, I mean, part of what I was doing was keeping this home that I worked so hard for so that I can leave that as a legacy for my children. However, things happened, life happened, and I made the decision to say, I'm going to sell it and kind of start a new chapter. And it was the most hardest thing to let go because this home carried not just dreams and hope, it carried a version of me that I was. I think of that house and I think of so many first things that I had, my first kid, my second kid. I think of, yes, you, Heidi. That was kind of like me saying like goodbye to that version for a second. It was tough. It was probably one of the toughest emotional decisions that I have made thus far in my life. I'm genuinely just giving this update because it's consumed me. And it's not just the bubble wrap and picking up the TV and installing this and painting and whatever and getting furniture. And I mean, we just came back from IKEA and it's like, it's a whole freaking world. It felt like the back rooms in there because we didn't even know how to get out. I am just emotionally exhausted because, and I'm not going to cry, especially not in front of Heidi. I'm emotionally exhausted because this decision just gassed me. And it really made me feel like I was making such a big life decision and I was freaking out. And I think the whole moral of all of this is that like, there's going to be decisions in your life that are going to freak you out. There's going to be decisions in your life that you're not going to know whether or not you're making the right or the wrong choice. But you need to know that in your gut, if your intentions are true and your intentions are real, which are, I want to be better. I want to, build a place and create a place where it feels not just like home, but it is your home and it's a place of safety. It's a place of peace, which my home at this moment really wasn't because I was just had so many things that I remember that it was hard. It's hard to live in a home like that. And sometimes big decisions are going to freak you out. Sometimes big decisions are going to make you question yourself and make you feel like, are you doing something right? Are you doing something wrong? I was walking in Target 2 days ago. I was walking in Target. I started literally bawling my eyes out in the Magnolia section. And I had no idea why. I was completely alone. I had my headphones in my pocket. That's my therapy. My headphones in my ear. And I walk through the aisles and I go up and down. And I was literally like just in tears and I had no idea why. And as I kept just like feeling the feelings and processing it, I was realizing that I was really just letting myself let go and letting myself believe and like trust in myself that the decisions that I've made and I are making, they're scary, bro. They are scary. They are very scary, my guys. Like they're very, very scary, but they are not going to break me. They are not going to make me feel stuck. They're not going to make me feel like I have failed or I have taken a step back. If anything, I feel like I've been able to give myself a chance to reset. I've been able to give myself even a chance emotionally to regulate because I know that I don't know the ending. I don't know whether or not everything's going to pan out perfectly, but I do know that I trust God more than I trust myself, that I trust that I want the best and absolute best for myself and for my children. And with that all being said, I know that there's just nothing else that I'm going to manifest for myself than good things, because I can sit here and cry and just be like, why me? This is the worst. And I can't believe that I had to let go of this house. Or I can do what I'm doing, which is this hurts. Letting go hurts of the dream house that I thought that I was going to have forever hurts. But I also know that I had to make this decision so that I can finally close a chapter that I have been desperate to close. And it might look like a little bit of a reset or a setback, but it feels like freedom. And I think that's really what I kept feeling so emotional up and down about, is because I haven't had this sense of freedom. I haven't had this sense of like, oh my goodness, like I can now do all of these things and just feel like I'm finally finding my footing and doing it with grace and loving myself through it. Because my goodness, like I know how hard it is for so many of us to make big decisions, but big decisions are the things that your kids are going to look at you and they're going to realize who you were in those moments and how much grace you gave yourself, because that's how they're going to treat themselves in their lives. And in the moments that they need to make big decisions, they're going to think of these things about you. So, okay. So I ended up having to come in here and kind of finish a little bit of this episode because obviously it started raining and I'm driving and I'm a responsible adult. So I did want to leave everybody with just one thing that really stuck with me and really has been a big part of this transition and learning to be cool with it. Number one, yes, I'm hiding in the closet because my kids are sleeping and I just need to get this stuff out. And I just really want to share with you all what's going on. The people that I respect the most in life, the people that I truly look at and say, wow, like these people are powerful, are people who all have been through hell and back, are people who have been able to rise from situations that most people it'll break. Most people it'll break them down to a point where they can't find a way to get out and they can't find a way to become a better version. They stay stuck in the wow, I can't believe this happened. And they get stuck in just defeat, you know? And it's okay because it's really hard to get out of the trenches, especially when you don't have good people around or you don't look for the right kind of help. And I mean, this season has been super difficult. And I know many people who have gone through this season and don't know what the hell to do and how to navigate. But one thing I will say is that if you are making a big decision, number one, don't let it scare you. And number two, you know, you want to be the kind of person that rises from these things. You want to be the kind of person that is looked up to. You want to be the kind of person where your children can look and say, wow, like this is how, you know, my mom or my dad got through this. And when I make a big decision in my life, this is how I want to be able to tackle it. And yeah, it might not look cute. It might look a little messy, but being strong, being resilient, it takes a lot of refining. It takes a lot of process. It takes a lot of suffering. That's the truth. It takes a lot of suffering and you need to be able to go through it. You know, I have said this time and time again where you can't avoid pain, you can't avoid suffering, you can't avoid going through life and not feeling, you know, like you got set back, not feeling like you're going through a trial and it being probably one of the most defeating things ever. And letting go of what I thought was my forever, what I thought was my future, what I thought was my kids' future. That is a feeling that not many people, and I hope not many people get to really feel, but if you do, you know, you want to be that kind of person that can get through it because that's the kind of person that one help others get through it, and two, that is the way to gain respect. That is the way that honestly I have looked at others and say, wow, you know, I've heard a story not too long ago of someone that I didn't really have much respect for. I'll be honest with you. I I grew up knowing this person. And I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. They're so and so. And I was informed of a situation that they went through, and
I just saw them so differently. And I was like, man, I wish that no one ever had to go through what they went through. And I wish that I could like just have the kind of strength and grace that they're carrying during this season. And it just really made me change my outlook and my perspective on how and who they are. And that's really the way that I want to be seen. I don't want to be seen as a person who's gone through divorce and has gone through heartbreak and has gone through, people letting them down and people betraying them and people hurting them and just be like, oh, they're still the same person. They're still bitter. They're still hurt. They're still, acting a fool. Like I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that stands up and says, life threw some crazy curveballs, but I am still becoming better because of them. I'm not staying worse because of them. I'm not staying stuck because of them. I'm not staying stuck in my past because of them. But I'm going towards a future that I know I can build for myself by attracting things that are good for me, are good for my children, are good for those around me, are good for the people that I lead, and that will one day manifest and attract somebody who would be there for me the way that I want to be there for them. And um, I just think that if there's a big decision in your life, just look at it, grab her by the friggin' horns and say, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid if this is going to hurt me. I'm not afraid if this is going to break me. I'm not afraid if this is going to break my heart. I'm not afraid if this is going to break my rhythm of what I feel like I'm doing. I'm going to take this chance. I'm going to take this leap and I'm going to believe for the best for myself. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to what I have to say because it is an honor to be able to walk through life with people. It is an honor to be able to talk to, everybody that is subscribed to the channel and share a little bit of my life. And if you like, this back and forth banter, if you like this, you know, raw, unfiltered version of myself, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share this with somebody because your girl over here was building furniture till 4 in the morning because I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to show myself that in the middle of the seasons that I feel are going to break me, I feel are going to chip away at my soul, that I can still stand up and do it. I can still look at this little nightstand that I built that took me 4 hours and say I did that in the hardest emotional state that I've been in. But I did that. I look at it and I say, oh yeah, I can do hard things. And so can you. So don't forget to like and subscribe and be ready to see some of these shorts and be ready to see myself in real life action because I love the chair. I love the studio. It's my favorite place, honestly. It's such a zen, it's such a vibe. But I want you guys to see this because this is real also. This is no cue cards, no nothing. This is just pure, we're getting through life together. And honestly, these are kind of things that really help me connect with others and help me connect with myself and who I'm becoming in this very raw, unfiltered moment. So, thanks for listening. I'll see you guys in the chair next week.